Salty's Stormy Rescue. The building work at Brendam Docks was finally finished, and the engines on Edward's branch line was getting ready for the first cargo ship to port at the docks. Bill and Ben were helping Salty shunt the last of the construction trucks away, but Salty was worried. It may be sunny now, mateys, but there'll be a storm coming. How can you tell? Asked Ben. There's not a cloud in the sky. A good dock worker can always tell when there's a storm in the way. Mark my words. Bill and Ben liked the way Salty spoke, and when they were alone, they liked to have a go. It may be sunny now, mateys, but there'll be a storm coming, said Bill. There'll be a fierce storm on the way, Captain, peeked Ben. But what they didn't know was Salty knew they were making fun of him. Later, Sir Topham Hatt arrived. Boco's had to go to the works for repairs. I need you to take his goods train to Barrow, he said. Aye, aye, sir, replied Salty sadly. Salty was glad that he could work away from the twins for a bit. Emily arrived at the docks with a slow goods. What's wrong? Asked Emily. Nobody likes being made fun of by silly tank engines, he said, and he huffed away. Emily knew that she had to find Bill and Ben immediately. She found them shunting empty trucks for the China clay quarry. Those be dark clouds, matey, whispered Bill. There'll be a fierce storm on the way, Captain, peeped Ben. Emily was cross. It's not nice to copy the way others speak. You hurt Salty's feelings. We were just having fun, said Ben. We'll say sorry to him, added Bill. But Bill and Ben had to go back to the quarry. They would have to apologise later. Salty soon arrived at Barrow and shunted his train on a siding. Right on time, congratulated a Class 47 diesel. It was his job to take over the train. Aye, but there'll be a storm coming, said Salty. I better hurry back. Just then the yard manager came up. If you're going back to Brendam, can you take these trucks, please? They have the spare parts and bulbs for the Brendam Rock Lighthouse. An important train. Leave it to me, Captain. Soon Salty and his important delivery was on his way home. Back at the China clay quarry, the last of the trucks were ready to be taken to Brendam. Boco's still at the works, said the quarry manager. You two will have to take the train. Bill and Ben didn't complain. But just as they set off, the storm rolled in. The rain fell thick and heavy. Salty was right about the storm, said Bill. It's a fierce one, said Ben. Brendam Rock Lighthouse was built between the quarry and the docks. The ships at sea depend upon the lighthouse to guide them to the docks and to keep them safely off the rocks near the shore. But as Bill and Ben were about to pass the lighthouse, there was trouble. They noticed that the light on top of it had gone out. The lighthouse lamp has gone out, cried Bill. The lighthouse keeper came quickly out to see him. The storm has damaged the lighthouse lamp. I can't repair it without spare parts. We'll get some help, said Bill's driver, and the twins rushed off to the docks. Salty had just arrived at the docks when Bill and Ben rushed in and explained what happened to the lighthouse. The cargo ship will be here soon, added Emily. Right, I'll take these parts to the lighthouse at once, said Salty. A couple of dock engineers also offered to help, and they jumped aboard the breakdown. Salty battled his way against the storm until he reached the lighthouse. Hurry! Shouted the lighthouse keeper. He was worried. Salty's driver helped the workmen take the parts into the generator room, and they set to work repairing it, while the keeper rushed up the stairs with a new bulb. All Salty could do was wait. He knew without the lighthouse the ships were sailing towards the rocks. The engineers worked as fast as they could. Finally, the generator came back to life. The lighthouse beam shone across the stormy sea once more. The cargo ship saw the light just in time and sailed away from the rocks. Salty's quick thinking had saved the day. As soon as the storm was over, Salty went back to the docks. and he was surprised to see a crowd waiting for him and the engineers. "Thank you," said the ship's captain. "You saved our ship." "Well done," boomed Sir Topham Hatt. Salty was very proud. The engineers were too praised for their hard work, and Edward and Emily blew their whistles. Then Bill and Ben rolled up to Salty. "We're sorry if we hurt your feelings," said Bill. "We're only copying you because we think you're grand," added Ben. "Then say no more, me hearties," replied Salty happily. Since that day, Bill and Ben have great respect for Salty, and they have been firm friends since. The lighthouse keeper has also become a good friend to Salty. He's even renamed his lighthouse to Salty's Lighthouse.